Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 179 of Why Did I Buy This? I started this series a few years ago as a way to help my crafters learn how to use the products that they have in their collections, but it's also a really good series for those of you who are wanting to add to your collection and have the things that you need to make techniques and make really beautiful projects. My name is Lindsay Mann. I am from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for just over 21 years. I love to craft and I love to share ideas with you. So please go ahead and say hello in the comments. I love to hear who's watching today, who's watching the replay. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know how long you've been crafting. Have you been watching this series for a while? It's been over 4 years now that I've been doing the Why Did I Buy This series. And maybe you could also let me know what you love about this series. This is a free series that I do. This is just something that I love to share. But of course, if you'd like to support me and help me continue to do this free series, if you live in Canada and would like to place an order, my link will be in the comments. You can go ahead and head to my online store. I will be sharing with you lots of products today. If you see things you like, feel free to ask questions about them, or you can order them. And of course, this month, with any $35 order or greater, I am going to be sending you some cards in the mail. These will be pre-made cards, so no work required, just so that you can have some inspiration. As well as if your order reaches $100, you will receive some new embellishments in the mail, which is always fun. Of course, I feel like a project's never complete without embellishments, so it's fun to share those. Hi, Sharon. Happy Friday indeed. It's a long weekend here in Canada coming up, and it looks like we're going to have a beautiful weekend here in Edmonton, so I'm sure that many of you will be outside enjoying that. But I wanted to remind you that as we head into this long weekend, we do have a promotion on our bundles. And we're going to be talking about one of those bundles today. But bundles are a stamp set and a die set that, when put together, are a 10% discount. But for the month of June, Stampin' Up! Is giving an additional 10% off that discounted price. So it's nearly 20% off. And for those of you who are on my team and who are demonstrators, that means you're getting an additional 20% off your discounted price as a demonstrator. So it's a really good time to be able to get some of those new items from the annual catalog. Even if you're like, hey, I'm a little busy right now with summer, that's okay. You're gonna kick yourself later if you don't get those ones now at that very special discounted price. So I highly recommend taking advantage of that before midnight on June 30th. Hello, Gail, good to see you. Another thing you can do to compliment me is to share this video with your friends. It's always nice to craft along with others, and so I love it when you are eager to share it with people that you like to craft with, so thank you for that. Okay, so one more thing before we get started in the crafting and I show you my hands. I have a club that is sort of the next step of this series. It's called the Why Did I Buy This Maker Club. I have collaborated with my pal Meg Loven of Loven Stamps, and each month we have a VIP experience that's just for our club members. There's an exclusive Facebook group. Every month, the attendees get a maker box sent to them in the mail. And there is a special Why Did I Buy This Makers video. It's a live Zoom that you can watch in person, or you can watch it after the fact if the time doesn't work for you. And it's a really, really great way to be able to use the most of your collection and also just get to see some really inspiring things. We kind of go above and beyond with the projects for this one. I've got some great feedback from my attendees, and I think that you will love it. The nice thing about this club is it's month to month, so you don't have to commit for a whole year. It's just join, and if you enjoy it for a month, you can enjoy it for a month. If you enjoy it for a year, that's great too. We do have a promotion for those of you who stay for 6 consecutive months. You'll get an extra bonus in your kit. But what people are finding is that they are using their supplies, they're getting some inspiration, they're finding a really, really great community of crafters, and I would love for you to be part of that. So if you're in the US or Canada, you can join. The American friends will join with Meg, and my Canadian friends will join with me. So I will also in the comments put the link to sign up for that. There will be more details there, as well as the ability to sign up for July. Okay, let's get started with our projects. I am really excited to share with you the projects today. We're going to be looking at a bundle, but we're also going to be looking at dies in a couple of different ways. Not just die cutting a stamp set, which of course we all know is one of the beautiful things about dies, but I'm going to show you a couple other ways to use the dies as well. So, hello Christine from Winnipeg. I'm going to do the awkward transition and show you my hands, and we'll get started with crafting. Okay, get you locked in to my, there we go. All right, so the bundle that I'm going to share with you is called Sketched Butterflies. It's a very beautiful set, and I love the graphics in it, but as well, it's always nice when you have fonts that work so well together. I have the dies that of course coordinate, and so this is a bundle. This is what I mean by a die bundle. So you can go to my online store, and there's actually a section that shows you all of the different ones that are on sale. And so I will also link that here in the comments today. Okay, so let me show you what we're gonna do. So the first thing I'm gonna start with is this is a 3 3/4 by 5 inch sheet of basic white, and I've gone ahead and used the dies from here, and I've cut out 3 butterflies. So we've got the small, medium, and large, and I have a piece of Designer Series paper. It has the word nature in it. Again, I'll link all of the products so that you guys know what I'm using. We're going to go ahead and layer those on top. They're the exact same size, so it's really easy to layer it, and I just have a piece of washi tape to hold that down. Joy, I sure did have fun hiking. Thank you for asking. We did 3 hikes in Banff that were super great. It's a little snowy still for this time of year, which is kind of weird, because you wouldn't think that we'd still have snow going into July, but yeah, we had to kind of search for hikes that we could do, but we found some beautiful ones, and there were 3 that I hadn't done, which is always fun too. So most of them were around Lake Louise that we did. Okay, so this is mauve, Moody Mauve. I've just picked it up, one of our in colors, and I'm just gonna tap some of it off onto the paper just so it's not so concentrated. And then I'm gonna go over top of my die cut butterflies. So basically what we're doing is just creating a mask from the dies, which is kind of great because you have the ability to make as many dies, as many masks as you have dies, which I love. So we're gonna go ahead and, it's not plastic, but you could cut it out of window sheets if you wanted. I was just being quick about it. And I also am going to be using the butterflies that I cut out, so I'll show you that in a sec. So here we've got our 3 little masked butterflies. Now I cut out those 3 butterflies here, but I did go ahead and pre-stamp some so that I didn't have to try to line it up on video. So I do find it's easier to stamp first and then die cut second, and you can use your washi tape to hold that in place. And I'll just grab a sheet of grid paper here because we're going to do a little bit of quick coloring on these. So 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to bring in my Moody Mauve again with my little blending brush here. If you don't have blending brushes in your collection, oh friend, I need you to change that because they're just such a great tool. I love working with them. So here we're just coloring our butterflies really, really quickly. Just a nice way to be able to add kind of a watercolor type look because you're not being overly concerned about it being exactly the same everywhere. So we'll set this aside now. And I did bring in these were stamped with Pebbled Path, so I did bring in my Pebbled Path marker, and we're going to color the body just to add a little bit more detail. And here's another one, like So now we're going to add a bit of texture to our butterflies. So I just need my, where did I put my, there we go. My take your pick, or bone folder. There we go. So I'm just gonna kind of curl the wings like a ribbon. We're just adding a bit of movement there. And the other side. And then same here and like that. Okay, so now we can pop these up with dimensionals. So this one, we're gonna kind of stagger them so they look almost like a shadow. We'll do 2 on the bigger one. Sometimes I'm ambitious with my dimensionals and I accidentally curl them. Okay, this one goes here. So see, I'm not lining it up perfectly. And then one more. This is gonna go here. Okay, like that. So there we have the masks behind the colored butterflies. So let me skip to the end and I'll show you the finished card with the embellishment. So here we've made a birthday card, added the Moody Mauve greeting, and then you can see, I just love how the texture of the designer series paper is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for us, which is great. And I've added some embellishments. These are called the adhesive back dappled dots. And so it's fun because it kind of looks like cracked mud. Again, just adding to the organic look of this card. So that is project number 1. Thanks, Gail. I am happy you like that shadow effect. Okay, we're going to move on to another project. So this is actually showing you a sneak peek. This is coming out next month. For those of you who are demonstrators, you had the opportunity to pre-order it this month. And these are called the Greetings of the Season dies. So sneak announcement, we have some Christmas things coming out next month, and I actually am doing a Christmas in July card class. So for those of you who are local or who would like to order the class as a to-go, where I can ship it across Canada, just a heads up that we have that coming in the middle of July. I will be announcing all my summer classes July 1st, so just watch for that on my website. And it's always fun to be able to start your Christmas cards a little bit early. So anyway, just a little hint there. So I'm not doing a Christmas project right now. I'm going to bring in my bubble bath, and I've just cut out a tag. I love using natural craft gift bags and making a beautiful tag to be able to give gifts to people. So this is sort of in line with that. So I have here another mask that we've made. So this one. And we're just going to kind of hug it to the left side a wee bit. And I'm going to bring in my bubble bath ink pad and my blending brush. So same thing, I'm going to tap and then just add the little shadow here. This is bubble bath, yeah. A little bit more. Just like that. Okay, so we have, oh, I want a little bit more. I just missed the edges, it looks like. I'm trying not to go over the edges. I kind of cut it out of a smaller piece of paper. Okay, there we go. So next, I'm going to bring in my little Stampin' Blend marker, and I'm going to add some splatter because you guys know I can't not. It's like an addiction. Just a little bit of splatter because it makes it look extra cute. And I've already gone ahead and pre-stamped one of the butterflies. This is what I used to make the mask. So I'm going to use my bubble bath to add some colors. So this is just repeat steps. I'll get to the good stuff here in a second. I'm just making you watch all of it because I'm hoping you're sitting and having your lunch and this is entertainment. Okay, so we've got our little butterfly. All right, so here's where things get exciting. Here's another sneak peek product. This is a vellum paper that has a printed foil on it, which is very exciting. And here you can see I've used some adhesive sheet. Now imagine this adhesive sheet goes all the way through. You run your die through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and this is what you get. Now here's why I love this for vellum. So this printed vellum, first of all, the print is going to distract, which is good because you guys know with vellum you need to be a little bit careful with how you put your adhesive on because it is opaque, so you can see through it and you don't want to see adhesive. It takes away the effect of the card. But here, when you've got the adhesive sheet along the back, it is going to help you to be able to adhere it down without seeing the adhesive because there's adhesive over the whole thing. So here you can see I just left a little seam. And what I love to, this is something we talked about in the Maker Club yesterday. When you peel off a detailed die like these butterflies, the sticker, the adhesive sheet, helps to pull out all the little bits and pieces so that you don't have to sit there poking them all out, which takes some time. So this now we're going to use like a sticker, and you don't have to fuss with glue or anything like that. And we're just going to stick it down onto the sheet. And I'm going to give it a flip over and just pat it down. And now you have that beautiful foil stuck to the tag like that. So here we've got our little butterfly. Again, you can add that curling action to it if you like. And we're going to add that onto the project like so. So let me skip ahead and show you the finished project. So here's what it looks like when we add some ties to tie it to our neutral bag. And you can see we've added Hello Friend and some gold sequins to it. So just a very cute, sweet tag. This would make a great baby tag or any kind of birthday or even somebody who is retiring. Just a nice way to customize a gift. Joy, lunch and a show. I love that. Okay, we're going to move on to the PYP card. So this one here is a little bit of a fun fold as well as a very fun technique using your dies. So here's what the fun fold looks like. So this is just, you know, our standard size card fold, but you are going to measure at 1 1/4 inches and cut to the seam. And you're going to do 1 1/4 inches and cut to the seam. So you get these 3 little panels like this, okay? Now, I'm bringing in a piece of the Subtles 6x6 Designer Series paper, and I've cut that to coordinate with the middle panel. So we're just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back, just like so. Lovely. And now I'm going to show you the technique. Okay, I cannot get enough of this. I've showed this on Why Did I Buy This before, and you guys have seen it, but we're just going to be wowed by it again because it truly wows me every time I do it. Now I just have to figure out, it's always hard to find clear window sheets on your desk. So I'm using this as a palette. I'm going to bring in my 3 colors. They are Pretty in Pink, Berry Burst, and Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to start with Lemon Lolly because I don't want to muddy up my yellow with other colors accidentally. So there we've got our 1 color, and then we're not going to overlap them. We're just going to put them side by side. So here we've got our Berry Burst. Berry Burst looks so beautiful with this kind of technique, and Pretty in Pink. Okay. There we go. Make sure we don't accidentally get our ink somewhere we don't want it. So now I'm going to bring in a Stampin' Spritzer, and we are going to spritz the little palette that we've created. So we're going to make a puddle of ink, just like this. Okay. So once it's nice and juicy, I'm going to bring in a piece of Fluid 100 watercolor paper. If you're not familiar with this, it's a very thick cotton. It's from Stampin' Up! And it's great for this kind of technique because it interacts with water so well. So we're going to take our watercolor paper and we're going to layer it into the puddle. And the nice thing is you can kind of lift it and see where that color is sitting. And then you can keep adding things. So if I want a little bit more Berry Burst in the corner, I can do that. And then allow it to dry to give me that effect of a watercolor background. So you can do this obviously with any colors. It's great for making sunsets, and I'm going to show you how we're going to use it on today's project. So this one here, we're just going to use the heat tool to speed it up. If you have time to let it sit and dry, it will give you a totally different effect. But again, for the sake of time, we're just gonna speed it up. And so this is a nice, easy way to do it is with our heat tool. Okay, that's pretty dry. I'm just gonna wipe off my surface here. Oh, and I should make sure that I get my thumb, inky thumbs, you know it. Okay, so here you can see we've got this beautiful background. Okay, here's where the technique gets super fun. So I'm going to bring, now I have to figure out where to put it, there we go. I'm going to bring in that detailed butterfly die. So it looks like this. And we're going to layer this onto our watercolor paper. Now with your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you're going to layer things a little bit differently than you do to cut or emboss. So of course here we've got the platform, these come with your machine. And I will mention that the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines, both the big and the baby, they are 10% off this month too. So if you've been waiting to get a die cutting machine and you've been loving what I've been doing with the dies, make sure that you get it this month because I actually don't know that I've ever seen them go on sale. So yeah, have I? No, I don't think so. So now is a good time to get that. So here we've got the main platform, we've got the number 2 platform, and then I'm going to bring in not 1, but 2 of our silicone mats. So these are something that are in the annual catalog. You can just search it on my online store. So this is creating a squishy built up surface that we are going to run through the die cutting machine with this. So this is now in place, and this here is our embossing plate. So this is the one that we use with our embossing folders. So you've got 1, 2 silicone mats, our paper, our die, and now this. And you're gonna run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And here is what you get. Are you ready? PYP. Okay, look at that. So you can see what it does is it creates a dry embossed impression of that die. I know. Yes, so very cool. So I encourage you to try that with some of your detailed dies. It really just makes for such a neat effect. Okay, I'm going to bring in Berry Burst. Remember, we used that color as one of the things that created that watercolor background. And I'm just going to put a decent amount of tape all the way around because we did have water on it, so we just want to make sure it sticks well. So that's going to stick here. I'll bring in a birthday greeting and my pebbled path. So I'm going to, this is from the sketched butterflies as well. So this is just going to stamp in the middle like that. And I'm also going to bring in another mask. So here you can see we've got this little tiny butterfly. So with my Pretty in Pink, I'm going to grab some color and we're just gonna add a butterfly here. Oh, that one's gonna be subtle because of the Berry Burst. And we're gonna add one here. And we're gonna add one, how about here? I'm gonna have to change it up from the way I did it before because the colors are always gonna be different depending on how you do it. Maybe let's try one more here. I suppose I could use my Berry Burst, hey? Should I do that? Let's just bring it in to try something different because it's fun. I love experimenting. That's how techniques get made. Ha ha. Okay, let's do one here. Back where we had this one. Okay. Love it. Now I want them all to be that color. Oh, you guys, this is fun. Okay, and one more. Nice. So there we go. Okay, let me show you how to put together this fancy fold little card. So now we have this. We're going to flip this over and we're going to add a little bit of tape here and here. And then we're going to line it up with the card front like that. So this is what happens is you create this little extra flap okay? So let me skip ahead and show you the finished PYP. So here we've got our card with our little embossed butterflies. And then we open it up and I've added a greeting. Hope you have the best day ever. This one is from the stamp set Country Birdhouse. This is also one of the bundles that is in the extra 10% off, so almost 20% off promotion. And then when you flip this, I've brought in the, I don't know where I set the dies down. Oh, where did they go? I spread things out. You guys can't see it because it's out of camera, but I spread things out so that I can see it, but I don't always see it when I'm in the moment. Anyway, there's the pockets one. And so this fits perfectly on that middle platform so that you could add a gift card. This is a great time of year as you're saying goodbye to teachers in Canada. We finish school at the end of June to add a little gift card for them to celebrate the end of the season. So I love how no matter what panel is open, the card is still pretty. So I've stamped the butterflies in pretty in pink here to be able to give you that look. So today we made the impressed die card, we made a fun tag card, and we made our little silhouette card. And if you're thinking to yourself, Lindsay, why don't I have these products? Head to my store. You can shop away. Remember that 10% off the 10% bundle deal is not to be missed. That ends on June 30th, so you'll want to take advantage of it. All the links will be in the description of this video as well as the comments. So if you're looking for where to shop, make sure you do that through the comments as well. Have an amazing long weekend for my Canadian pals. I hope you have enjoyed the weather and have some time with your friends and family. And yeah, I think we're gonna have a beautiful weekend together as well. So enjoy the projects. Bye for now.